Greetings, LEGO fans! On January 1st, LEGO reached a huge milestone with its 20th modular building, the Tutor Corner. And if the enormous crowds I had to face on opening day were any indication, this series is going just as strong as ever. But how does this new entry stack up to the rest? With a nice round number like 20, it seemed like the perfect time to rank all of these dynamic, groundbreaking modular buildings. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Taking the bottom spot at number 20 is Market Street from 2007. As the only modular released under the LEGO Factory banner, there's even some debate as to whether this building should even be considered an official modular. However, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that at least LEGO seems to think it is. In any case, I'll be honest, I don't really like this one very much. The building's design, particularly the stepped roof, just doesn't do it for me. And the awkward courtyard section is very difficult to integrate into a city without feeling like a huge gap in your skyline. Add that to the complete lack of interior detail and the eye-watering aftermarket price, and this one is a hard pass for me. At number 19, we have the Pet Shop from 2011. Though this is a huge step up from Market Street, I don't think I'd go so far as to say I like it. I can't quite put my finger on why, but I find this one to be a bit drab and unappealing. The pet shop is certainly a cute idea, and the brick-built lettering on the front is a plus, but the townhouse section is frankly kinda ugly, with a color scheme that doesn't really work in my eyes. The fact that the two buildings can separate is a novel idea though, and is even brought back later down the line. In fact, I actually think these two buildings display a bit better on their own, as they don't really do much to complement each other when they're side by side. It's a noble effort from the early years of the line, but it doesn't really come together for me. Number 18 goes to the Cafe Corner from 2007. This set was absolutely groundbreaking, as it was the very first modular building that LEGO ever released, and it set the stage for many great buildings to come. The innovative use of the elements from that era is impressive, but looks a bit clunky and awkward to the modern eye, especially with the lack of window panes on the upper floors. However, I can easily see that as part of the set's charm, and even though I'm not willing to shell out the exorbitant price to get one of these in my city, I can certainly appreciate both its history and its trailblazing design. Coming in at number 17 is the Corner Garage from 2019. Though I love this set's unique layout and its tribute to LEGO's classic Octon brand, it just doesn't offer much else to get me excited. In fact, aside from the undoubtedly fun Easter egg on the vet office sign, my favorite part of the set is this classic 1950s style truck, which goes perfectly with the Corner Garage setting. It's a perfectly competent and functional entry in a line filled with A+ designs, so sadly, it can get a little lost. At number 16 is the Downtown Diner from 2018. There's no doubt about it, the design of this set turns the charm meter up to 1000. The immediate nostalgia hit from the 1950s color scheme and the giant jukebox shape is undeniable. That said, I think the time period, color choices, and the shape of the building make it a tad difficult to place among the other modulars, making this one seem a bit like the odd one out. None of this detracts from the set in a vacuum, however, as it's a top-notch entry in every other way. Taking the number 15 spot is the Grand Emporium from 2010. As only the second corner building in the modular line, this takes a huge leap forward from the Cafe Corner, as it honestly blends perfectly well with more modern builds. I love the brick-built shop sign on the front, the window washer suspended on the side, and the grand chandelier on the top floor. Though some of its aged building techniques and sparse interior are often points of detraction for the set, I just can't help but love it, and it's near the top of my list of sets I really want to get in my own city. Number 14 goes to the Natural History Museum from 2024, though it technically released at the very end of 2023. This set is undoubtedly beautiful, both inside and out. And though space is always a limited resource, I think it justifies its 1.5 baseplate size by the sheer grandeur on display. Perhaps my only minor gripe is that it leaned a little too far into the olive green color on the exterior, and I would have liked to see that balanced a bit more or changed to a different color entirely. That said, I'd be happy to make this a part of my city, even as it currently stands. At lucky number 13, we have the Bookshop from 2020. This set takes the dual building setup of the pet shop and executes it so much better than its predecessor. Both of these buildings are gorgeous on their own as well as together, and the fall atmosphere created by the birch tree goes perfectly with a good book. This may not be the eye-catching centerpiece of your LEGO city, but these are easily the most solid and simply beautiful residential and light commercial spaces that this line has to offer. Sliding in at number 12 is the Green Grocher from 2008. For being only the second year of LEGO Modulars, this set really stepped up the game. What a beautiful exterior they were able to pull off with the parts available at the time, and I honestly think it can seamlessly pair with many of the more recent builds. The difficulty of getting the set for a remotely reasonable price, or even parting it together to the same end, makes the possibility of getting this in my own city pretty dim, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't love to have it included in my lineup. Number 11 goes to the Brick Bank from 2016. Even without a sign explicitly identifying it as a bank, the architecture alone just screams finance. I really enjoy the color scheme, the exterior detailing, and the hilarious money laundering subplot this set includes. The fact that it's a shorter modular has never really bothered me, as having some height diversity in a LEGO city is never a bad thing in my view. This is definitely a set I'm on the lookout for, as a proper city without a bank feels incomplete to me. Taking the number 10 spot is the Jazz Club from 2023. As only the second venue devoted solely to entertainment, this was a very welcome addition to the lineup. The tailor shop and pizza restaurant are also surprisingly bustling with fun details despite their small footprint on the square. The bright and bold color scheme reflects the bright and bold musical style and gives a city skyline a nice dash of some more unusual colors. You absolutely can't go wrong with this one, and it's displayed proudly in my own city. Number 9 goes to the Boutique Hotel from 2022. In recent years, LEGO hasn't been satisfied with basic square corner buildings and have been adding some very interesting shapes and angles to spice things up. This set is perhaps the poster child for that philosophy, as its extreme angles really make it pop. The color scheme here is also masterfully balanced, creating a bright, rustic European air. The building's odd positioning on the base plate, though a plus overall, does cost some interior space, while also requiring a bit more thought into how it's placed in the city. These might be obstacles, but I wouldn't say they're negatives, as this beautiful building is worth the effort. At number 8, we have the Police Station from 2021. At first glance, I thought this was a bit plain, but it has really grown on me over time. I really like the choice to center the main build between two smaller establishments in a way that had never been done before. The donut shop right next to the police station is just a match made in heaven, and the continuation of the money laundering subplot is too funny. As far as municipal buildings go, a police station feels like a necessity, and calls back to my own childhood memories of playing with the classic city and town sets. Every good beat cop needs a good detective, so the number 7 spot goes to the Detective's Office from 2015. As someone who loves the mid-century film noir vibe, this set hits a real sweet spot for me. The combination of businesses in this city block furthers that vibe, with my favorites being the titular Detective's Office, Al's Barbershop, and the Pool Hall. The alleyway between the buildings further adds to the old-school mystery and intrigue of a classic detective story. The cool factor is just so strong with this set and makes it all the more memorable. At number 6, we have the Fire Brigade from 2009. It wasn't until I saw this set in person that I realized just how ahead of its time it was. The facade of the building is just so beautiful and invokes a certain 1930s Americana. The bell tower, inscribed with the year of LEGO's founding, is an excellent final touch, bringing even more classic flair to this stately building. The sliding garage door and the fire engine are both tastefully executed, and the interior is actually quite a jump in detail from the previous entries in the series. All in all, this is the perfect fire station for the modular line, and I think it's one of the more underrated entries in the whole series. Taking the number 5 slot is the Palace Cinema from 2013. Aside from LEGO, one of my great passions is film, so you know I'm going to be a sucker for a classic movie theater. The marquee in the front and the movie posters on the side are filled with fun inside jokes and Easter eggs that'll make any LEGO fan smile. Clearly inspired by the Chinese theater in Los Angeles, this set captures the essence of the golden age of Hollywood, complete with searchlights, a walk of fame, and a child star heading for her big red carpet premiere. Critics often scoff at how small the theater is on the interior, but that never really bothered me, as I'm not sure how they could have pulled off a full auditorium in the space typically granted for a modular. I absolutely love this set, and I think it's a shining star in any city setup. Number 4 goes to the Town Hall from 2012. This is the first set I ever parted together on Bricklink, so I have a uniquely detailed relationship with this set. Its sheer size and dignified appearance make it a perfect centerpiece for any LEGO city, and the clock tower inscribed with the birth year of LEGO's founder is a lovely Easter egg. The working elevator is also a standout feature, demonstrating LEGO's determination to continue pushing the envelope with these early designs. It's hard to imagine having a complete LEGO city without a proper town hall, so aside from the wallet-busting aftermarket price this set demands, it feels like an integral part of any modular collection. Coming in at number 3 is the Parisian Restaurant from 2014. Personally, I think this is the crown jewel in designer Jamie Berard's portfolio. The absolute elegance of this set cannot be understated, and the design of the terrace on the side gives it its own unique footprint, while also making it the most detailed modular in the back. The part usage here for the building's luscious ornamentation is among the most creative in the whole line, and the color scheme is perfectly balanced. What more can I say? This set has always stood out to me among the modulars, and its opulence and excellence truly speak for themselves. The runner-up is Assembly Square from 2017. I still maintain that if you could only own one LEGO modular, this would be the one to get. It's basically its own mini-city, with dining, residential, retail, and even a dentist's office all in one, all of which is positioned around a charming city square. This set was on shelves for nearly 7 years, and it's easy to see why. You're given so much here, and all of the clever homages to previous modular buildings for the line's 10th anniversary make it all the more special. For the longest time, this was my favorite modular, but very recently it was just barely dethroned by number 1, the Tutor Corner from 2025. When the early leaked pictures of this set started coming out, it honestly looked too good to be true. As a sucker for Tudor architecture, clocks, hats, LEGO Castle, and even Mary Poppins, it's like this set was just made for me. I built this set over the course of a week with my daughter, and we had the best time putting together all the delicious little details this set has to offer. What an incredible entry from LEGO this year, and what a stunning precedent it sets for years to come. But that's just my opinion. What's your ranking of one of LEGO's most successful and long-lasting series? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're aching for more LEGO content, check out my Retro LEGO series on my channel. You'll be glad you did. And until next time, keep building.